Developing tonight, thousands of student loan borrowers in Maine and nationwide have been left in limbo after changes to income-driven repayment plans were recently announced. Tonight, reporter Rochelle Elaine breaks down what this means for everyone making payments and seeking solutions.
According to the Education Data Initiative, the average amount of student loan debt that folks are carrying is about $38,000. With the current pause on income-driven repayment plan applications, many are wondering what happens next. So we asked some experts.
When it comes to talking money, we decided to meet people where they're spending it.
Talking about debt, which I know is kind of uncomfortable.
More specifically, we wanted to talk about how they felt when it comes to the current halt on income-driven repayment applications for student loans.
I actually did have a income-driven payment plan.
Sarah Marinelli says the freeze forced her to recalculate her budget so she can afford an anticipated jump in payments.
Unfortunately, I just had to cut some fun expenses, which, you know, it stinks.
What options does somebody have if they're in that situation?
Going to the studentaid.gov website first and going to the student loan simulator. If you still think you can't make that payment, then you're going to have to look at a couple of things. Number one, your budget. Is there a way I can lower other expenses to make the lowest payment reasonable and possible? Is there a way I can get extra income?
If you can't make that work, she says you can look into forbearance or deferment. But she says what you shouldn't do is just stop paying.
When you go delinquent, when you stop paying, you go delinquent. After 90 days, that's going to be reported on your credit report. But more importantly, if you go 270 days without a payment, you're going to be in student loan default.
At that point, you can have your wages garnished or lose out on government benefits and tax returns.
Rochelle Elaine reporting there. Now, these are all changes that are happening as we wait to see what becomes of the Department of Education after Trump signed the executive order today aimed at eliminating the department. As we mentioned earlier, the DE facilitates many student loans. One expert Elaine spoke to says they are monitoring the situation, but they're waiting to put out guidance once they learn more about the department's future.